Alright guys, so in this video, I'm going to show you guys the micro content strategy, kind of advanced content strategy that I've used to gain a little just under 4,000 followers, but it's not even about volume, it's about the people that have followed me. So using this strategy, I've gotten elite networks that not a lot of people get. Like Lopez started following me. Pretty much everyone that I used to watch in the info space started following me. And not only follow me, I got outreach by most people, I got asked to work with by most people, I've gotten asked to be flying out by a lot of people, and I've gotten a lot of connections to go and do work with a lot of people. And as you know, when you're working in the info space, a lot of it is a volume game at the end of the day. Now, working with a lot of offers, I'm talking about people with 500,000, 600,000, a million plus followers. I know a lot of people who have some of those numbers, but aren't able to network at an elite level. You know what they say? Fame and power are not the same thing. And in a business context, whether you run a business or whether you are trying to grow your business, this is how I'm now using a micro audience on social media with little effort to work with people to make millions of dollars. Our top month was around 350K. I'm gonna break down the videos I posted, the reels I posted, the Twitter strategy I used, and this all happened within a month's time. So I'm gonna go here, show you the exact board and follow along, and I would watch this a couple of times to see how you can apply it to yours, because even though I'm gonna be talking about some big numbers, you can still apply this at your status, whether you've gotten maybe a client result or maybe you've gotten, let's say you're in the coaching business, because you know most people watching this are probably some sort of coaches or have a program. You can still apply this, bro. So do not think you can't apply this. You can use opportunity value, you can use results. You'll see what I'm talking about in a second, but yeah, let's dive into it. All right, so now that we're in this board, so I made a small board here and I'm going to be breaking down all of the steps that are required with this. So keep in mind, we have long form content, we have shorts, we have some reels, we have some story posts. They all go in alignment. I've closed some of the biggest referrals when it comes to organic content. People that didn't even know me, people that just like the results that we got, people that just like me as a person from organic, and that's actually very hard to do if you're just closing cold people. A lot of guys who are the top to network with do not go to you unless you meet them in person, unless you're referred directly to them. And the reason why you even want to have a big network in the first place is because that will make you millions of dollars in your coaching business. That will drive you to new heights with business that you couldn't even understand. It will get you in rooms that you couldn't even get into. Like if you're running a smaller coaching business or you're in this niche business space that we are in, and where most people cap out at, let's say, like 100K a month, 200K a month, and there's a small level of people that are maybe at $10 million, this is what's holding you back. Now, keep in mind, I'm not just showing you this so you can go and get a bunch of followers. This is for, niche, you can get a bunch of followers with this. I'm not pushing this to go viral. I'm not pushing this to do anything. I'm pushing this to attract myself as the authority, push myself as the authority, and get the right people in front of me, get the right deals to close. So let's dive into this first. So a very broad overview of what I've done. I basically run a growth partnering business, and we partner with a lot of 7 and 8 figure businesses, a lot of info products with people with big followings who sell very high ticket programs like 12.5K, 15K. And we handle the marketing and the sales, and we take about 30 to 40% of that business, and then we make money off of that, kind of like a private equity business, but we're not investing, if you know what I mean. And basically, my business helped one of our biggest clients hit $1.7 million in 30 days. Personally, we took home about 350K from that, somewhere around there. Personally, we took home around 250K in that first 30 days. And I spent that 6 months grinding and getting to that point, grinding to get that client, getting to that point. And once I made the bag, I saw some people talking about results, and we got one of the biggest results in the space, and I was like, why didn't I start talking about this? Well, first I had to establish my goal. Now, what was my goal? Well, my goal was to position myself as an authority in the space. So jumping down here, I already got some results. I already got some traction on Twitter and this is where it all started. So if you look here, April 25th, what I learned being number one on a WAP, making $100,000 a day.
End of the month at $1.6 million revenue. And it's just crazy what numbers you can genuinely do online. Bro, I'm in a Miami B&B, like that's the ass.
And some of it is cheesy, right? But like that got 30K views, and not even like that much, but it solidified me in the space. I'm going to talk about how this video actually played a part too, but there's 2 components to this. So just a broad overview. When you talk about making crazy numbers like 100K in a day, or you talk about making crazy numbers like $1.7 million in a month, that is not normal. And you see big people like Lopez, like Joel Kaplan, like Dan Gracioni. Yo, who's another big guy? Like Dan Martell, Iman Gadzhi, any of these big guys, right? They do not care about your $100,000, $200,000, $300,000 months. Even if that sounds like a lot to you, yeah, that's only going to attract people at your level or a little bit above your level. You know, you could talk about like 900K a month, 700K a month. I know it's like, sounds like crazy numbers at this point. People at that level only want to network with people that are getting exceptional results. So even though like my company made that client $1.7 million, I still frame myself as the person getting to that $1.7 million. And as you can see that month, I got a follow from Lopez, got a follow from Toozer. Shout out Toozer. Toozer called me after this. We didn't ever get a deal done, but you know, at least it shows interest. And then that video as well, if you see here, I'm gonna go over these story posts in a second. But I know it was working. So like Champ reached out to me. He's like, "Nice work, bro. Just saw your reel on my feed. Yo, what's up, bro? You're crushing it, bro. Congrats." Colin Yerkson, someone who I've been following for a minute, reached out to me. Fired to see your follow, man. Your videos are a big part of my come up. Keep up the good work, bro. You're definitely onto something. I actually started working with Sam Millsap from that reel. Now, a lot of you guys know Sam in the coaching space. He's one of our clients now, one of our good friends, and I started working with him. So I leveraged that result, which I'm going to talk about the story strategy in a second and how I actually nurtured people. But he said, "Is this info that's insane? Is that organic?" Yes. I'm doing about 300 plus right now, trying to get to $1 million. So obviously, like, it worked, and then obviously, like, those people started following me. I also got Mason. I mean, he's in some of our circles as well. Very close with Ben, very close to a lot of those guys. Mason reached out to me, Luke reached out to me. A lot of interest was getting, and it genuinely solidified my spot. Now, every time I go and post, I am solidified in the space because I have this up on my feed. Now, another thing that I did is if you want to get in front of rich investors, rich people in the business space, people that are genuinely making moves and genuinely at the top of the space, you also have to be the first. If you think of investors and you think of people that shake up industries and they shake up things and they invest in early startups, what do they do? Well, they're ahead of everyone at that. What did I do? Well, one, I put myself at a spot where it says $1.7 million in a month. That's already a very big number. The second thing I did is I put ourselves as being number one, as framing being number one on WAP, which is a new company that Iman started investing in, that everyone is going in, that people like Drewski, even though he's not even in our space, in the info space, it just shows you how broad it is. Everyone is going in on WAP. So when I put my name and I put us being number one on something that everyone is talking about, something that is new, everyone is going to come flocking to me, everyone that knows that. And it's going to attract people that are trying to be ahead of it. Like, Ty likes to be ahead of every single thing in the marketing space. So does everyone in the marketing space, everyone that I'm trying to work with. So just a short lesson for you there. If you can show the opportunity value, meaning you show how valuable your coaching is, if you can show the big numbers that you did, even if you did 204,000, 500,000, 300,000, you can break down how you actually did it. You can build up that anticipation. And then you try to frame yourself as being number one of something or being ahead of something. Like, let's say there's a software in like the coding space, or let's say there's a brand ahead of something else. Like, months and months and months ago in my space, there was people touting way smaller numbers that are still solidified as authorities in the space just because they were the first to do it. I remember when someone in my similar business model was talking about being at 100K, 200K per month with one client, even like 60K a month, but they were like the first to do it because they were on a platform called School and on some other platforms, and their videos are still way more clouded than mine. And these videos allow me to get stuff like this. So you guys know I went on Ryan Clogg's podcast, and I didn't even ask to get on Ryan Clogg's podcast. I know, like, him, he's only really interviewing like big guys right now. People like Jeremy Haynes, people like David. And he was referred to me. So he said, Jay Singlin, let's run it. Let me know the date and the time. I ran it. And ever since then, what actually happened is I ran that up. So April 27th, I posted we were number one on WAP. And then I actually posted, it got me actually these results. So I basically made this tweet, and I'm going to show you guys the reaction it got and how I know this is good. But I've basically said I've used the same system to pull off $1 million launches every time. Everyone who uses this never fails to make 6 figures on the launch. Before I show you the monetization strategy, because what I'm going to show you is I'm going to show you how I actually sold a shit ton of licensing off of this, meaning licensing programs that go off of 10 to 15K. And we're still building our way up. It's not like we sold 100 things of a 15K program, but it got a lot of interest. And every time somebody talks about me, they know the business name. They also know the licensing program. With 4,000 followers on Instagram, I've got almost 2K on YouTube and 2K on Twitter. And I basically posted this. So new client, first month, $1.7 million revenue, $1 million a month was light. Was doing 10K a month before working with us. And basically, bro, I got traders to reach out to me from this. I got, this guy said he can't even make 1K in a month. I basically got the reaction of, where did this guy come from? Bro, I am telling you, when you're trying to flex on social media and when you're trying to build up your brand on social media, do something first, because I'm going to give you a couple lessons. So there's two things that I'm trying to do. One, I'm trying to close more clients on the done for you side, and I'm trying to work with more people that can hit $1 million a month. The second thing that this also allows me to do is, if you guys know how Gym Launch happened and Hermosi's model, is he basically did the business and then he sold the licensing systems to other people. And I don't have to sell on lifestyle, I don't have to sell on this, that, and the third. I actually did the hard work and I went and got the results, and then I went and pushed a program that's $15,000 plus. People see the results, and I'm going to show you some messages that make sense for that, and they go towards it. For example, I've had people hop off calls with some of the people that have been running info way longer than me, because, bro, I'm like 2 weeks in, and they'll hop off calls. They'll be like, yo, I want Jason's systems better because he actually gives all of the SOPs that he used to hit X result. The messaging that I use is not some system. It's not like, yo, you need to get an info because this, that, and the third. It's literally that I hit $1.7 million a month with this. You run a business that's the same as mine. I literally give you the processes that we already did to use this, and it's fucking replicatable. And I just have tons of people like reaching out to us saying they want to work together, and there's a lot of momentum. Like, I used to never have people asking me to work with me, and even when I go and do outreach sometimes, or my team and hire advertising, people open the messages because they recognize the name, and I use like a referral framework. So I'm forever solidified because of that result. Even if I lose momentum, I can still keep that reel at the top of my agenda, and I can still have, like, of my Instagram feed, and I can still have that YouTube video up, and they can see. She did on YouTube to scale this strategy, because YouTube was genuinely the benefactor. I literally booked like 10 clients after I posted this video that I'm going to show you. I literally booked like 10 calls after posting this video that I'm going to show you. And this is when I get to the breakdown of it. So what I would say is, this doesn't really have like a step-by-step breakdown. It has like, but this is what I call it. So, and I use this for all my clients. What I would say is, if you can get in the space, if you can get some traffic by posting a crazy result and you can get a lot of attention, people will listen to you after that. Now, it doesn't matter how many times you post that video, or how much results you post. The more and more you're going to get recognition. So let's say you crash a car, or you make your client $1.7 million, or you make $1 million, or you hit a big crypto run or something like that. People are going to listen next to what? To your crypto advice, to your next DJs, to your next picks. And that's how it happens. That's how it always happens. And this is how people build audiences. I don't care what anybody else says. So this is what I do. So I made that huge result. And what is the next step? Well, the next step is actually to start teaching people how I actually hit that result. And this is when we land on this video. So this video right here is, I scaled the coaching program to $1.7 million in 30 days. And it's a step-by-step breakdown. Now, to you guys, it may not look like it has a lot of views, like 3.6K. But in my space, in my coaching space, where there is not a lot of people, where there are some people in a niche audience, I still will probably make, over the lifetime of this video, over 200 to 300K just going forward, based on how many people we send it to. Because here's the thing, we don't just use this as, every time I send this to somebody, they're automatically warm for a call, essentially. And this video as well. So anytime that my name is branded by $1.7 million a month, I have people coming up to me, I have people who know me as that, and if people can associate you with a very good result, with a very good something, what are they going to do from you? Well, they're going to buy. A lot of times, bro, like, your business gets fatigued because people stop forgetting what you stand for, and then people just keep buying slower and slower because of like word of mouth, and just because you're somewhat that guy. Like, the reasons I bought coaching from some people, they got a crazy result because they built the business that I wanted to build. And then they got lazy because they started making money off of like teaching the things that they wanted to do, instead of like actually doing the thing and actually getting the result. And then their business started like going down and shit. That's not how that works, bro. And just a little tip for YouTube in general. Now, that video got me so much clout and so much just of like everything that I wanted to have. Excuse the lil. Is I started posting content like this. So this is an Instagram reel that I actually posted, and I actually reposted on Twitter. So I basically was like $1.7 million in 30 days on a yacht at 20, and I tried to frame it as like a viral content piece that just went crazy, and it did go kind of crazy on Instagram. But after this, what do? Well, I actually use it as a sales funnel. And if you look at my YouTube, you're going to realize that I don't even have a funnel or like a VSL, something that we do for clients in there. I literally just have, I'm going to show you. Like, I literally just have a Calendly, and this Calendly, people go and book with me, people go and this, that, and the third, and then they get sent a simple video just explaining their call. They don't need to be framed more than that, essentially. You know, I'll send them a Loom video about like what the system looks like, but you can use this then, and then you can push them to this YouTube video. So what I would do, if I were you, just taking away from this video, is yes, use the concept that I said. Post a crazy video, get a crazy result, and then use that for everything, and then brand yourself as that, and then start teaching people how to actually do that. That's how you build a crazy audience. And if you can replicate that process over and over and over again, it's only history for you that your brand will never fall off, that you'll keep making money month over month over month, more and more and more. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, whether you're trying to build your coaching business or you're trying to help people build their coaching business, or you're trying to run a similar business that I did, you're trying to build a growth partner in business, or you're trying to transition into private equity later on. I actually package all my licensing systems, like I said in this video, into how we sold over $5 million with coaching programs in the last 90 days, and how we made over $1.7 million in a month with one client. I give you guys all those systems. Go book a call with my team if you're interested in the licensing program. If not, watch out for the next videos, because they're going to just get crazier and crazier. I'm going to keep flexing the results that we get, because I actually run my business full time. I make all of my money from this business essentially, and yeah, I've just been excited that I can finally show some of these results that we've been working so hard for. So appreciate you guys for watching, and on to the next video.